this video is about Russia's biggest mistake. I'm sure you've got some ideas of what their biggest mistake is. For some, it would be attacking Kiev. For others, it would be not starting the war soon enough. But I've got my own idea. And what do I reckon Russia's biggest mistake is? Breaking international law and violating the Geneva Convention. Okay, you may be saying, oh my god, we should. But I'm not talking about stuff some would think of. I'm talking about a particular case. So at the start of Russia's invasion, like Sergei Lavrov was talking about how they're going to kill any foreign fighters they capture, claiming they were mercenaries. And this is a war crime. Do you know why? Because, well, I'm not an expert on international law, and this is not legal advice, but I'm pretty sure if they're incorporated into the armed forces of Ukraine, they are protected under the Geneva Convention. So, pretty much, Sergei Lavrov speaking crap, and then when they do capture some, which have been in a Ukrainian Marine battalion for a very long time, and then they do a sham court case, which, spoiler, no war crimes cases are going to be fair unless it's done by international court. Ukraine's ones have been fake and Russia's ones have been faked. Sorry to burst your bubbles. Both Ukrainian and Russian. So, yeah, and pretty much you're going to execute them, which is, again, a violation of international law, and completely, I've lost all sympathy for them over that action, because of the earlier incidents of Ukrainians killing Russian POWs, so it's turned from Ukraine kill POWs to Ukraine and Russia kill POWs. So that's a big mistake, but the biggest mistake in that action is now they're probably not going to be able to replenish their forces. Because at the start of the war, they were expecting, like, when Ukraine announced the Foreign Legion, they had, like, a stupid idea to, hey, let's get heaps of them from Libya and Syria. They've got dominant civil wars and heaps of people in to fight. Except, no, that's not a good idea because they weren't going to pay them. And if you're in Libya, you're out of a job and stuff, you're like, go to Russia. They're taking heaps of casualties. You're probably going to get killed for nothing. So they just stay home. So Russia's alternative would be paying them fair rates, which would probably be cheaper than what they're apparently doing now, which is offering large contracts to former conscripts and stuff to go over, but they're never going to do that because that would make them hypocrites. And remember, Russia's still really big hypocrites because, they're hypocrites and stuff. They're okay with attacking Ukraine, but when Ukraine attacks Russia, that's horrible and awful and stuff. Because Russia's just that kind of hypocrite and stuff. Oh well, heaps of people are hypocrites. But now, so pretty much what they've done is, that's 10,000 experienced troops by my baseless estimations. I just imagine if they paid a rate and stuff, they get 10,000. And that's 10,000. Think of what 10,000 experienced soldiers can do. Pretty good. And if only they didn't do that and they actually resorted to paying their fighters coming from the Middle East and stuff. So, what could they do with 10,000 well-trained troops? Well, quite a lot. It's 10,000 well-trained troops. Well, not well-trained, experienced troops. So they would probably do pretty good, take Syria or whatever. Currently in Severodonetsk, I think Ukraine's pulling out, but they could probably do that. Right, they could be offensive troops, because a lot of their troops have got blatant untrained conscripts or little trained conscripts. And with experienced troops, they could make some, but they'd probably just be used for offensive actions. And that's why none of them want to go over for free, because offensive actions they'll all get killed and stuff over. Because this is going to be a long war. So if I was in charge of Russia, I'd just start getting a whole bunch of paid mercenaries from Syria and Libya, and then I'd actually declare war on Ukraine, and that's how to win the war. But Russia's not going to do this, so it's going to be a long and bloody defeat. So yeah, that is all.